I don't know if she was messing with me, but she told me a train passes here sometimes. Are you messing with me?
No.
So a train actually passes by here? What do we do when it comes?
Just
Get the hell out of the way?
yeah.
Alright, so we're at what is this thing? Yakushima Mountain Trail. No, Jomonsugi Mountain Trail. And it's so early in the morning. It's like 5:45. We had to wake up at we should have woken up at like 2:45. We woke up much later. Had to brush, get out of the house, get out of the hotel, and so now we started the mountain trail. And it's Kaori's birthday. Happy birthday, Kaori! Birthday hike. So now we're just gonna follow this trail for I think about like 5 hours, and then we should see Jomonsugi, which is really is it the oldest tree in Japan or one of the oldest trees in Japan? In the world. Yeah, so it is super old. I think I saw on the sign it can be anywhere from 2,600 to 7,200 years old, I believe. So pretty big range. Yeah, very old tree, and so we're gonna hike about 5 hours to see that. So it's the first bridge that you cross at the beginning of the hike. Something like this. As you can see, we got lovely weather for hiking today. Alright, so we have to follow this rail for 2 hours, you said, babe? 2 hours, and I don't know if she was messing with me, but she told me a train passes here sometimes. Are you messing with me?
No.
So a train actually passes by here? What do we do when it comes?
Just
Get the hell out of the way?
yeah.
Like where though? Like just like on the side? Okay, well then I hope the train doesn't come. Little dangerous bridge here. Gotta watch where you're going so you don't die. So just to give you an idea of the sheer amount of rain that we've been receiving. Take a look at that. There's no shortage of water here in Yakushima. So this is the end of the rail track. Now we gotta climb upwards for a bit under 3 hours maybe. Things we do to see nature. Alright, that's a super big tree, but I think it's gonna be nothing compared to Jomonsugi, so this is like Jomonsugi's baby. Small one. Oh man, so this is where things start to get pretty steep. So where you said another 2 hours?
Yeah.
This is steep. So inside of a hollowed out big tree, and if you look up, it's shaped like a heart, the hole into the roof of it. That's pretty cool. Oh my god, this trail will never end. It just keeps going and going. We'll get there eventually. Alright, so this is another really big tree. If I didn't know this wasn't Jomonsugi, I would have thought this was it. But this is definitely smaller, so I don't know how big this tree is going to be, but it must be humongous. I don't know what the name is. I know the kanji separately though. It's Big Prince Tree, I would say. But I don't know what the name is. Something Sugi, anyway. So, yeah, if this one's this big, I can't wait to see how big Jomonsugi is going to be. It's going to be nuts. Alright, so we finally made it into World Natural Heritage Property, so that must mean we're getting kind of close. Yeah, even the trees start to look a little bit different. So,
Yeah.
are those some World Heritage trees? Alright, so I think we're closing in on Jomonsugi now. That looks like the viewing platform over there. So can't see anything from here. Oh, I just stepped in water. Can't see anything from here. But hopefully when we get up, we get a nice good view. It is cloudy as hell today, so I don't know how much of it we're going to see. I hope a lot. Wasn't exactly the shortest hike. Not in the mood to be disappointed right now. Alright, so just closing in on Jomonsugi now. So that's it. So I mean, you could tell that's a really big tree, but because of how cloudy it is and like how far it is compared to the other one that we saw, this actually looks smaller. It's rather disappointing. So can't see it solo right now, but I read on the poster apparently 10 adults can link arms and hold arms around the circumference. So that's to give you how big it actually is. You can't really see it though. So I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is not what Kaori had in mind when she wanted a surprise birthday party. Surprise. But yeah, but you know, it's cool and we can get a little bit closer. Before it used to be that you can get up and close to it, but then people started breaking pieces of the tree and taking it home as a souvenir. So that's why we can only watch from a platform now. So, you know, humans mess up everything. That's why we can't have nice things. But yeah, let's get a little bit closer. So a little bit closer. It seems a little bit bigger now. So there's actually a loop route that we can take that brings us a little bit closer to it. So hopefully, as we get closer, we're gonna slowly see how amazing it really is. Hopefully. Alright, so the fog lifted a little bit, so this is pretty much as close as we can get to Jomonsugi. So here's a view from the other platform. It looks a little bit bigger from here, I guess. Looks like that. But yeah, it's a big tree. It's impressive. But yeah, I'm ready to go back. Alright, so that was Jomonsugi. It was cool. I think it definitely looks bigger in person than it does on camera. So if it looks like we hiked 5 hours to see like a tiny tree, it wasn't that tiny. But you know, so and when you get closer, it does look bigger. But so now we gotta start our down climb, and we actually have dinner reservations at 7:30 for Kaori's birthday, so we don't want to miss that. So we're gonna have to kind of haul ass and get there as fast as possible. So this is a tree that has no name because it's not so significant. So there's the train that passes on the tracks. I thought Kaori was messing with me, but no, turns out it's legit. So the trail and the rail tracks are one. So I guess if the train's coming towards you, you gotta get the hell out of the way. What tree is this from? Just a random tree? Well, it's big anyway. Okay. Alright, baby, we made it! We made it! Okay. Alright, we finally made it. So it was a very pleasant hike. If you compare it to Mount Fuji, it's not nearly as difficult and not nearly as long, especially the down climb. In terms of if it's worth it to do it, I definitely wouldn't do it again. It was impressive. Jomonsugi was, in fact, big and majestic and amazingly huge. But the tree you saw before that was actually smaller and less old, but it looked a lot bigger because it was a lot closer. So if I were to sum it up, I would say if Jomonsugi was a movie, basically Dai Osugi, which is the tree that came before it, was like a really awesome trailer, and Jomonsugi is kind of like a not a terrible movie, but basically it didn't live up to the hype of the trailer. But you know, it was impressive nevertheless. It's an awesome experience. Like, you know, if you're gonna go all the way to Dai Osugi, which is the first tree, you might as well complete the hike and go to Jomonsugi as well. Yeah, other than that, yeah, definitely interesting experience. It rained a lot, so my feet feel disgusting, and yeah, I'm really just ready for a shower. Alright, well, that's all for me. Peace.